What up, YouTube? Moses here. I'm just chilling, you know, motherfucking Buffalo here. You know, that's me. I'm a fucking Buffalo. Oh well. Anyways, I'm here to tell everyone something. It's very important. I want you to make your Facebook profile picture. Yeah, I've had who gives a living fuck. I want you to take a Terrakion card and put it like this, or whatever the fuck you want. I want all right over your forehead, motherfucker, and look fresh. I don't give a fuck. Yeah! Anyways, I've been doing pretty good lately. I've been really testing the fuck out of decks for Pokemon Nationals. What I've been testing the most is Darkrai, because it's clear-cut competitor. Darkrai Tornadus, Darkrai Terrakion, and Darkrai Sableye Hammers. They're all good, and they have their ups and downs. I honestly think Darkrai Tornadus is the best because it's the fastest, in my opinion, and the late game for Darkrai Hammers isn't the best because everyone says, oh, it sets up like a regular Darkrai deck. Well, you kinda need to rely on Hammers to fucking do shit. Like, yeah, you can get Darkrai out turn 2, turn 3 consistently, but that Hammer bullshit, you need to flip heads too. I don't really believe in flippy decks for Nationals. Last year when I went to Nationals and I topped 16 to 10th place, I didn't run any Pokemon reversals in my Terrakion Mega. So, yeah. And then Darkrai Terrakion has its strong points, but I think it's the slowest out of the three because of the Terrakion. You start with that fucker. He's beefy as hell, you know. It's going to take them a while to knock it out, or they're just going to let him stay up and let you retreat, and they're going to spread damage on your bench depending on the deck you're going against. But the thing with the Darkrai Terrakion deck is it counters shit. If you go against Darkrai Hammers, they're just going to hammer the shit out of you, too. But I think the deck has a better matchup versus Darkrai Tornadus than Darkrai Tornadus has towards it because of Terrakion Surprise. I've seen it with Energy Switch. I've seen Darkrai Terrakion with a fuckload of shit that's just odd. So, I mean, I think that's going to do good, too. Darkrai Tornadus, I think, is going to be pretty much, you know, top cut automatically if you play decent with it. If you play decent with it, you'll go 6-3 or 7-2. If you know, the deck runs right for a certain amount of battles, you'll do great because the deck has just so many great points to it. You can either, you know, you're going to get that Darkrai going by turn 2, turn 1. I've done it by turn 1 consistently. 4 out of 10 games most of the time. That's what I've done. Or it's turn 2. The worst thing that can happen is the turn 3, you know, Darkrai, or just not even getting, you know, Darkrai out quick. But worst comes to worst, you're gonna get turn 3 Darkrai, and they're gonna be set up too. And yeah, it's a great deck though. Mine usually gets the turn 2. That's how consistent my list is. Straight up consistency. I don't run any stupid text or anything. I just run consistent. That's the key for Nationals, is run consistent decks, because if you don't run consistent decks, shit goes bad. If you over tech your deck, you're gonna be fucked. That's my outlook on things. And then another thing that I think is gonna do really good at Nationals is Vileplume. I think Vileplume's gonna make some great appearances, whether it's with Vanillix or if it's with Excelgor. I just think Vileplume's a strong card. Turn 2 Plume wins games straight up. It just wins you the games. And with the Excelgor build, you can beat it, but it's fucking, it stresses you out, and it's just annoying as hell because the Strike and Fit paralyzes you. It pretty much creates an infinite lock if you can just keep streaming Mews and Twins. What really hurts the deck, I think, is N. If you keep N-ing them, then they're just gonna, you know, their hand keeps going back into your deck. And what I think is a really neat tech to tech for that deck is a judge or 2 judges in your deck, just to tech against the deck. Other decks that I think might do good, Zeals. Zeals is a great play for Nationals because it's consistent. It's just a consistent deck. it's hard to make a bad Zeals list. It's just really consistent. And I run Zeals. Yeah, mine's pretty much just a consistent version, because if any deck I play for Nationals, it has to be consistent. That is my #1 rule. But then another thing that I think is going to see some play is Celebi Mewtwo Tornadus with Terrakion. And I think that deck's good because you can go strong with Tornadus and Mewtwo, and I prefer going strong with Tornadus because turn 1 100 damage is ridiculous, and you can hit that really easy. If you start with, you know, Celebi Tornadus or Celebi Dual Ball, you go first, Force Breath of Energy, and then play a Pond Juniper, and then you have a good chance of hitting the Sky Arrow or another energy for attachment. You can do 60 turn 1, or you can do 100. So I think that deck's really good, honestly. But I've really excluded it from my testing lately because I just don't think it has the best matchups around the board versus Darkrai, and Darkrai is going to be huge at Nationals because of the resistance Darkrai has versus Mewtwo. It can slap on an Eviolite, and it's just so damn hard to knock out. I just think that's huge. But the Tornado shit's kind of cool, but I really like Terrakion because you pretty much just Celebi. Then let's say Darkrai knocks out a Mewtwo. Okay, cool. They take 2 prize cards. Let's say they say the one's active has an Eviolite and they have another on the bench without an Eviolite. You draw, drop a Terrakion, Grass Energy with Force Press, Fighting, catch her up that Darkrai on the bench, knock it out for 2. It's just an easy 2 prize cards, and then they're left with the decision, oh wait, what happens if he has another Fighting Energy in his hand and I can't knock out his active Terrakion? Then they're just left in the situation, do I want to attack with this Darkrai or do I want to go Tornadus? It's a good deck at counter shit, but the thing with it is it can have its really inconsistent moments. So I just don't feel super confident with that deck. But it'll do decent, I think. I think we'll see some of CMT decks top cutting, but I think the deck that's going to do the best at the event is Darkrai, because Darkrai is insanely good. I think the next deck that's going to be doing good behind Darkrai is Vileplume variants, and then Zeal, and then CMT. Those are my top 4 decks of this format. I don't think Kling Klang's good anymore. I don't think Vanillix is going to be good at Nationals either, even all the hype for it after how good it did at French Nationals, or France Nationals, however you want to put it. I just think Europe's tournaments are a lot smaller, but France is one of the more competitive countries, but I still don't see Vanillix doing as good as people are hyping it to be after Puka played it. But 2 scoops of pain, motherfucker. It's a fun deck to play. But Vileplume variants are going to do pretty good. And that's pretty much all I have to say about Nationals. By the way, I am going with Chauncey, and I'm looking into buying a flip camera and making this channel bigger. But we need more subscribers and likes on Facebook. And I know I haven't posted videos lately. I've just been busy with sports, working out, and playtesting for Nationals. But I'm also going to be trying to buy a flip camera, and we're going to be getting more play TCG battling on there, and probably I'm going to be getting some live battling with my brother or other people on there, and my brother's pretty good too, so we'll see what happens. Anyways, that's all for tonight, YouTube, and stay fresh. Peace, mofos.